The sign she's talking about, well, let me start all over again. The sign ordinance is very short, and it basically says you can have for sale signs or other signs that are approved by the board, or words to that effect. That's probably not exactly, but that's in general. So the board thought we needed to maybe clarify that article. So we made a rule, which according to the bylaws, the board can make a rule. There is a rule about fencing too. But anyway, we made a rule because most of what Jamie had complained about could be considered garden decor, a welcome sign or a
I have one in my front that says welcome bunnies.
yeah, something like that, you know, other things like that. Her sign was a no trespassing sign, and she did receive a letter that said, you may not be aware, but that sign is against the covenants, you're in covenant violation. So could you please remove it? You have whatever number of days to do it, I forget what the number of days.
24 hours.
So, and she did not remove, and it was said, if it wasn't removed by X day, you'll start getting a fine of $25 a day.
Was this fine imposed on anyone else in the neighborhood?
There have been fines imposed on other people in the neighborhood, yes.
For having a sign?
Nobody has had a trespassing, yeah,
It's not
Yes.
consistent.
I'm sorry, there are 2 other homes in the neighborhood that have no trespass signs on. They're up today, and I have photographs that they were up also in March, June, July, and August. So,
Now may I ask my question?
yes,
Okay with you?
Well, is it
Go
in
ahead.
reference to this HOA meeting or?
Well,
is
I'm
it
not
more-
talking about signs, I can tell you that,
Go
but
ahead.
pretty well beat that to
I think we
death.
were talking more about fines.
So my question to you is, it seems that you think that the board kind of arbitrarily enforces the rules.
Correct.
And what I think you're the lady, and if you're not, I apologize.
Okay.
At the last meeting, you were the one, were you not, talking about the terrible erosion problem you had?
Yes.
And that was from removing the trees on your
No,
property?
it was not.
Because of the trees.
No, no, because that's another lie, because I have photographs and videos on my phone that I could show you at any time. The trees were not removed from my property, until November 29th of last year.
Yeah,
I have videos from July of last year and photographs of erosion coming off my property. And so the removal of my trees did not cause the erosion. The erosion's been there.
it certainly didn't help it, did it?
Well, yeah, it did. There has been no erosion coming off of my property and going on the street.
And the other thing I want to say is, you know, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. We live in a beautiful community, and we only pay $80 a month for HOA. I came from Ohio, and when I came here, had a condo, and at that time, which is 5 years ago, I paid $140 a month, and the only thing they did was mow, but if you had a fence, they wouldn't mow inside. And so when I came here, the fee was $100. And I don't know how long I've been here, but somebody from the board called and said, well, we're changing the HOA thing. And here we go. I knew it would happen. And they changed it to 80. And I said, what? You can't do that. She said, well, if you want to pay more, you can.
And that's when the city took over the streets and stuff, so the expenses went down.
John,
Going back to what I was talking about with the elections and paper ballot, they're coming up. What are we gonna do? Maybe Gloria can answer. Are we gonna do an internet vote, or are we gonna do a